Welcome to Stirling Division's Vehicle and Operations video. In the next few minutes, we'd like to show you everything you need to know about our operations and give you a guide for going on events. Stirling Division is located at the St John Training Centre on 197 Main Street in Osborne Park. Stirling shares this building and its facilities with the First Aid Services and Training Department of St John, who provide first aid training to the public. The northern side of the training centre has two roller doors that face onto Federal Street. Stirling Division uses the roller doors closest to Crookshank Lane to store operational equipment and supplies. Stirling also utilises some of the space within the Osborne Park Ambulance Depot, which lies adjacent to the training centre. Entry to the rear of the ambulance depot is via Crookshank Lane. Today we will follow some members from Stirling Division as they go to a local event. At Stirling there is a small car park dedicated for volunteers. This is located opposite the entry gate to the ambulance depot. Access to the ambulance depot is protected by a keypad gate. It is important to check the most up-to-date access instructions to ensure you have the correct PIN number. This information is available on the intranet. Once you've walked through the gate, make your way down to the keypad next to roller door 8. It can be very busy within the depot, with vehicles and people moving around, so please be careful. To open the roller door, enter the 4-digit PIN. This can also be found on the intranet. Once the PIN has been entered, roller door number 8 will open. The EHS vehicle is not located behind this roller door, and is rather located behind door number 9. To open this door, you must locate the controls on the right and press the green button for it to open. You can now locate the EHS locked cupboard. Read through the instructions on the outside to know what to do. The cupboard stores the vehicle keys, medication pouches and an RFA set. It also has a communications book to log any operational problems. The PIN for the locked cupboard can be found on the intranet. Always collect the vehicle medications. If you've been allocated the RFA set, take both the red and blue bag. Do not take the kits unless you've been advised to. The vehicle equipment is usually enough for most small events. If you're unsure, contact the on-call manager. Once you have the keys, medications and equipment, close and lock the cupboard. If other members arrive at the depot, introduce yourself and get them to help you with your preparation. It is good practice to check all of your equipment before you depart for your event. This includes your medications, your treatment stock, and your oxygen cylinders and supplies. Most times, our marquee, table and a set of chairs should all be inside the vehicle. Ensure that the marquee is securely fastened to prevent movement and injuries during travel. It is suggested that the stretcher's shoulder straps are fastened to stop the marquee from moving forward in the case of sudden stopping. During your vehicle checks, you should also ensure you have enough oxygen supplies. If you find any oxygen cylinder to be less than a quarter full, you should replace this with a new cylinder from the ambulance depot. There are holders to place empty oxygen cylinders and to get full ones. Ensure all cylinders are connected and secured correctly and safely. Before your departure, a run-through of a power check should be completed and recorded. If you have any problems or concerns, contact the on-call manager or report it to your division. Ensure you start your entry into the logbook, located within the vehicle file. You can also commence completing the event documentation, such as the Volunteer Contribution Record Form or VCRF for short. When you are ready, ensure you leave the garage with caution. To close the roller door, you must lean from the outside of the garage, reach around and press the green button. Be mindful of the roller door sensors located towards the bottom. If the sensors are set off, the roller door will stop and you will need to repeat the process. You can also use the remote to close the door. Drive carefully toward the gate you came through. Once you are close enough, you will need to exit the vehicle and enter the PIN into the keypad. As you exit into Crookshank Lane, be careful as it can be difficult to see the traffic coming in and out of the lane. If you require any stock, ice or linen before your event, you will need to stop at the EHS storeroom. A single padlock is located on the bottom of the roller door. The pin for this padlock is also found on the Divisional Access Instructions form for Stirling on the intranet. To the rear of the garage is a chest freezer with ice and 3 storage cupboards. If there is not already an esky in the vehicle, borrow one from the storeroom and retrieve a bag of ice from the freezer. Take any linen or stock that you need to replenish your vehicle or equipment. The freezer has a page in place where a member can indicate whether there are a low number of bags left. This is very helpful for the division to monitor the number of bags. In order to keep our profile to the public of a high standard, it is a good idea to give the vehicle a clean before you leave. Make sure you lock and close the roller door before you leave. Once you've completed all these steps, you are now ready to depart for your event. Remember, when you are driving a St John vehicle, you are representing the organisation and all of its people. Drive carefully and obey the road rules at all times. There are a great number of events that we provide first aid at. These all vary and have different requirements and procedures set out by the event client. Upon arrival, find the client or a representative to introduce yourself and provide your contact information in case of an emergency. Ensure the area that you've been asked to set up in is suitable. Unpack the vehicle of the equipment that you will need to set up. Introduce yourself to other members joining you at the event. Select someone to be the post coordinator for the event if one has not already been arranged by the office. Our marquees are frequently used pieces of equipment, and so it is important to familiarise yourself with its setup. This video will show you the setting up of a marquee in real time. You should use a minimum of 4 people to lift and set up the marquee. Ensure you use the correct lifting techniques and that everyone understands the instructions provided. Take off the marquee cover and put it somewhere safe. Have one person on each corner to pull open the marquee. Watch out for your fingers as the truss bar will move up as you pull the marquee out. When the marquee has been opened up, ensure the top bars have been locked properly into place. Secure the straps around the truss bar as shown. Lift the marquee together on a count, ensuring it is lifted evenly to prevent injury and collapse of the marquee. Make sure all legs, unless on an angled surface, are locked in at the same points. Secure the legs with the approved weights. Once the marquee is in place, discuss with your team how the first aid post should be set up. You should consider things like the ability to enter and exit the vehicle, easy accessibility to the front compartment of the vehicle and access to the equipment. Set up a bin near your treatment area. Keep the back of the van clean and clear so it can be used as a treatment area for patients. At the conclusion of your event, double check with your event client that it is okay to pack up and leave. Pack away all of your items, empty your esky and responsibly rid of any rubbish. When packing down the marquee, ensure 4 people are available to help. Reverse the order in which the marquee was set up. Once all of the equipment has been loaded back into the van, drive with caution as there can be a number of vehicles and/or pedestrians still around. Once you've returned from your event, ensure you clean out any dirty linen and restock as needed. Dirty linen should be placed into the red bin. To enter the ambulance compound, drive carefully and closely to the keypad. Enter the correct PIN and wait until the gate has opened. Drive with care into the compound and watch for other vehicles and people. If your vehicle has become dirty, it is greatly appreciated that you wash and clean the vehicle. At Stirling, the vehicle wash bay is located closest to the ambulance depot building. All of the cleaning supplies are available on the wall. As a minimum, you should sweep out the van and clean any noticeable dirt. You can claim the time you spend cleaning the vehicle on the VCRF. It is preferred that the vehicle is reversed into the garage bay so it is easy to take out for the next volunteer. Be careful of the surrounding vehicles, especially motorcycles and scooters. Park as close as you can to the roller door so that other vehicles behind ours can have room to use and clean their stretchers. Make sure you're not too close, otherwise the vehicle sensors will prevent the roller door from closing. Remember to finish the vehicle logbook after your event. At all divisions, there is a specific place to keep event documentation. Stirling has a blue folder where you can put VCRFs, patient treatment forms and non-clinical records. Remove all of the equipment from the vehicle that you collected and place back into the correct places. Check the vehicle for any personal items and then lock the vehicle. Relock the cupboard. Once you've done all of this, you can depart from the depot and head home. Make sure you close any roller doors that you opened. Thank you for watching this video on Stirling's operations. We hope you enjoyed the video and that you now feel prepared to go on an event. If you have any questions, please direct these to the Division's operations team.